It's finally finished! After 130 hours, just for the main story and to catch all of the Pokemon, I have completed Pokemon Violet. It makes me so happy because this is the second Pokemon game that I have ever, from start to finish, completed the story, caught every single Pokemon, looked for shinies, and played competitively. And what a fucking ride. Like, I've played every single Pokemon game. Now I'm getting older, like, I kind of enjoy the completionist side of things, catching all of the Pokemon and making the most out of every single thing you can within the game. So that's exactly what I did. The first game that I ever did this with was Pokemon Legends Arceus because it was the first open world Pokemon game. So like I had to catch every single and that's kind of part of the story as well. Like if you want to fight and catch Arceus at the end, then you have to catch every single Pokemon in the game, right? So it was kind of built in. But I mean, look at this. Look, 400 Pokemon. Every single variant, even the ones that are exclusive to Scarlet. Like, I know this isn't like a big thing for most people, but to me, this is like, it's crazy. Look at this. It's crazy. And I didn't just swap out Pokemon, like, okay, so you can have this Pokemon, I'll have this one, just so I can complete my Pokedex. No, I got a living dex. I need to organize it I've got like 7 or 8 boxes of Pokemon, like, organized like this, in order that I caught them, that I need to go through and organize and just put in place. I hate how long the Pokemon take to load. Like, they're just fucking sprites, dude. Why does it take so long? And I caught all of these Pokemon here, which are all like 5 IV Pokemon that I'm trading away, just because I caught them from raids and I don't need them anymore, so I just do a surprise trade. I had a box dedicated to Pokemon that I needed to evolve in order to complete the Pokedex. That's how on this shit I was. I have a box dedicated to breeding Pokemon that I needed eggs for and things like that, and obviously I'm going to be using it to try and shiny hunt, but it has, of course, the Flame Body Pokemon, and then it's got a 6 IV French foreign ditto for the Masuda method, so that I can easily get shinies in the future, because shinies is like the one thing that I'm lacking on in this game. A box dedicated to alternate forms, which admittedly I haven't done yet, but it is on my to-do list. I got the Pikachu that comes with the digital version of the game. I don't know if that's like an exclusive thing, but it was like limited time, so I got it. And then of course I got the 6-star Charizard, which is fucking stupid because you can't trade it, you can't use it competitively, you can only use it in the main story, but you can't battle the fucking thing until you complete the story. Yeah, I don't know if you can like breed it and then get another 6 IV Charizard and then trade from there. I'm pretty sure you can. And then this box is entirely dedicated to competitive Pokemon. I know you have battle teams, but this is just where I kind of organize everything in my head. So we got my Weavile, which has like always been my go-to competitive Pokemon. Defense is shit and HP is pretty low, but he's got a good move type. He's fast, and of course there's actually a shiny Pokemon as well. The first shiny that I ever caught in the game is actually my favorite Pokemon, which is kind of mad. I wasn't even shiny hunting it. So I do this with all of my games, by the way. I go through and I capture like any good moments for the story, just so I can look back and I can kind of remember all of the good times. And this game had a lot of them, man. Like the story and the characters in this game, phenomenal. The best we've ever had in a Pokemon game, period. I have approached Animal Crossing territory. Oh shit, this is Legends Arceus. I've gone way too far. Oh, here we go. Look. See, okay, so I didn't actually catch a video, which sucks, but this is the moment that I caught my little guy. Look how cute she is. Yeah, I was just out training my Ceruledge and bam! First shiny in the game, caught one of my favorite Pokemon. What madness is this? So yeah, we got the Weavile, which is obviously a really great competitive Pokemon in my opinion. Then we got a Ceruledge, which I need to finish leveling, but his stats, he's all hyper trained, best IVs. Same with all of these actually. Dragonite, Golden Go, the 1000th Pokemon, if you guys haven't seen this guy. He looks like the fucking cheese string man. Look at him. It's brilliant. I love it. Palafin, which surprisingly, like, I didn't think I'd get along with to use Palafin in a competitive environment, but you know what? I kind of get down with it. We got Garknuckle, really great defensive Pokemon, but I would never use him outside of competitive. We got a Mungus, Scizor, and a Glamora. I'm also going to start training a Mimikyu and a Mousehold because I've heard they are great for competitive, but I haven't actually tried using them. I got the Azumarill, which I was trading for the 7-star Charizard raids. I was like, I don't really need these. I just ended up using my Flutter Mane, and that did the job. If you're wondering about my team here, by the way, these are the Pokemon that I had. A main Pokemon that I finished the game with, Lucario. I think only 2 of these EV trade. You got Lucario, which is one of my favorite Pokemon. He was great. I found him as a Riolu at the beginning of the game. Just played through the entire thing with him. Fluttermane, I ended up transferring at the end of the game before I beat the Elite Four and became champion and did all that stuff. Just because he is a fucking OP raid Pokemon. And there's another little trick you can do with him. Stay to the end of the video and I'll show you how you can make millions without even thinking about it. But Fluttermane, honestly, one of the best Pokemon I have ever used in battles. Cerulege, again, a crazy Pokemon. Is firing a ghost type, Bitter Blade restores health. It's perfect for everything I need. And then I gave him full swipe as well, so I could use him as my main Pokemon catching Pokemon? Does that make sense? Koraidon! What I tend to do is I end up switching Koraidon with Miraidon, depending on which raid I'm going to be using them against, because they're both insane. Miraidon's obviously better at special attacks. He's got I can't remember the name, but it's the Thunder attack. Electro Drift, that's what it's called. Electro Drift is an incredible move. Occasionally I use Terra Blast, which is quite powerful in raids, but Electro Drift, like if you're just doing 5-star raids, this thing fucking plows through them. And then of course Koraidon with the physical attacks, Collision Course, Outrage, Flare Blitz, Screech. Honestly, start a raid, use 2 Screeches, and then use whatever move is super effective. You're gonna get like a one-hit KO. There's no question about it. Iron Hands, which again, using Belly Drum, is an incredible Pokemon for raids. He has been hyper trained, but I only did like 4 stats because I didn't see the point in doing special attack and speed. Also using Quark Drive with the ability booster, and then Belly Drum, plow through the rest of the enemies using Drain Punch. You keep restoring your health every single hit. Incredible Pokemon for raids. And then Skeledridge, which honestly, I'm not overly keen on this Pokemon. I like the type matchups. I loved Huecoco, but when it got to this dude, I mean, look at the face on it, man. It's just kind of hard to love. Maybe that's just me. A lot of people seem to like it. It's just not really my Pokemon, but I kept him in there because, you know, it's the beginning Pokemon, man. It's just starter. So there we go. That is what I have for competitive team. Items are pretty much everything we expect. I don't think I used a single item this entire game. Yeah, I don't think I've used anything. Pokeballs, I'm trying to get 50 of every single Pokeball at the moment. And of course I did the Master Ball glitch, so I have a couple of them. At first I didn't want to do it. I was like, no, I'm not going to glitch. I'm not going to do anything stupid like that in this game. And I was like, yeah, but there's going to be DLC. So what I'm thinking of doing, if I don't end up using them by the end of the DLC, I'll just trade them like as surprise things to other people, because I don't think you can actually do the duplication glitch anymore if you don't have a duped Miraidon, which I don't have. Fuck it, I got 16 Master Balls. I am a happy bunny. Oh, this is pretty cool. This fucking inventory right here. Stay to the end of the video. I will show you a technique to get as many rare candies and proteins, calciums, carbos, all that kind of stuff as you want. But I've got pretty much one of every single mint, one of pretty much every single held item, which is cool because I love having all that stuff ready to go for competitive stuff. A bunch of bottle caps and a gold bottle cap as well. And of course we got like 40 rare candies and millions worth of proteins, EV training stuff. I got 30 nuggets and 5 big nuggets. Again, wait to the end of the video. I will tell you how to do that. Sandwiches in this game are pretty OP. I haven't really ventured into how to make the most of it. I know that you can also use it for shiny hunting and raid rewards and things like that, but I am still learning with that. I'm just, at the moment, honestly, I'm taking a break because I put like 130 hours straight into this and then more after that. But yeah, I've got like, I think I've got one of every ingredient, including the Herba Mysticas. So we're making progress, but when I start shiny hunting, I'll definitely be utilizing a lot of these. And of course, we have the shiny charm, which is a massive accomplishment for me. Now, if you look at the top right-hand corner, you will see 7.8 million Pokedollars. I'm going for max. I don't know whether that's 9.9 or whether it's like 99. So, we're working on that. I just want to take a second to talk about the actual story of the game. I'm just going to go through and look at some of these like screenshots and stuff while I do this, because obviously I'm not going to remove my entire save just to go back and play through some of the story. The story on this game, dude, is one of the best I've ever seen. You got some heartfelt moments, particularly with this fucking dude right here. Your rival is great. I wasn't overly keen on the shit. What were they called? That's how fucking memorable they were. The gangs and stuff you have to take down, but I wasn't too Team Star. I wasn't too keen on them because the story just didn't really like click with me. I'm like, okay, so they got like bullying and stuff, but the main story, when you actually had to go and take down this dude, maybe it's because of my own daddy issues, it kind of hit me hard, but like this whole thing here, man, it really fucking hit. And this is proof that Pokemon can do mature shit with their games. They just choose not to. Like I said, I thought it was the best story Pokemon I've ever made, besides some of the anime episodes like Pokemon Origins. But yeah, this whole thing, man, it was an incredible scene, especially towards the end where you can feel it all coming to a climax. It hit, bro. It definitely hit. All right, so let me take a minute to show you how I'm getting all these rare candies and all this money and everything else. So we're going back to using Fluttermane. Now, you may have seen a YouTube tutorial or two about this already, but for me, it has been incredibly effective. So I just thought I would show it in this video before I kind of do a review on this game, as it were. Anyway, the money and the protein glitch and everything else, you want to have a Flutter main in your party, which is level 100, max IVs. This is my Flutter main stats. I don't think it's like perfect. I think it's a little bit off, but it does the job. And what you also want to have a controller, which has a little turbo option. You can get them for like, I don't know, 15, 20 quid on Amazon. And trust me, it's worth it. Like, you will use it all the time in games like Fortnite or whatever else you play. But yeah, just take a look. Turbo, Nintendo Switch, Joy-Cons, something like that. And you want to have Moonblast. That is it. And you don't want to have any other Pokemon in your party when you do this besides Flutter main itself. One other thing that you are going to want is the choice specs for Flutter main, which limits you to only being able to use one move, but it does increase your special attack. And that is going to be a vital part of this, because if you try doing this with a booster or anything else, it will not work. So you can do this by just sitting here pressing the A button, but this is literally all you're going to be doing for the next couple of hours, which is why I say the turbo controller is recommended, because most people have lives and things that they want to do. So all you're going to do is jump into the Ace Academy, whatever the hell it is, competition, and you're going to sit here and you're going to spam A. That's it. And it doesn't matter what Pokemon you come up against, what trainer you come up against, what they're going to do. Look, non-effective move against an Arcanine, you're going to one-hit the thing. Easy. And this is going to happen for as long as you press this bloody button. Now, I don't know if Flutter main is actually the best Pokemon for this, but it is the best in my experience. I tried this with Iron Hands. I tried this with Miraidon. I tried this with a variety of Pokemon, and Flutter main seems to be the best. I am looking towards trying to do this with a Pokemon that can hold an amulet coin rather than choice specs. I was thinking maybe Golden Go, but I don't think it has the stats to beat a lot of the Pokemon, especially if you're using a move like Make It Rain, which is Steel type. You're going to come up with a lot of issues when doing that. But essentially, this is the entire method. You just want to have a fully maxed out Flutter main with Moonblast and choice specs, and just keep tapping A. If you're about to go to bed at night, put the Nintendo Switch on, turbo controller on, keep pressing A all night long, and you are going to wake up with a couple million in your bank. Look, we're going up against a fully terrestrialized Pokemon, and Flutter main is still, without terrestrializing, going to one-hit KO this thing. It is fucking crazy. So that is the entire method of making a bunch of AFK money and rewards and stuff like that. You do get bottle caps and a golden bottle cap from doing it, although it is rare. So to wrap up this video, I want to kind of do a very quick review of the game itself. And for that, I want to go into the open world and we can talk a little bit about why my dog is making so much noise. You good, baby girl? What you got? And I want to say, before we actually do like a proper fucking review or anything like that, like I love this game. This is my favorite Pokemon game of all time. Hello? Oh, it's a Meowth. You look kind of different. The raid system is fucking amazing. In every single game, Pokemon Go, Legends Arceus, Sword and Shield, I have hated doing raids, because there was this big fucking process where, okay, you got like automated NPCs and stuff to jump in, but they never did anything. It was completely pointless ever trying to do that with somebody else. If you wanted to team up with other people, there would be a bunch of connection issues and things that just made it like really inconvenient. This, I literally press challenge alone. I get a team of people that are somewhat fucking helpful. But even if you wanted to team up with other people, it's so easy now. There are barely any connection issues. The trading system is better. Like, they're really, I think, putting a focus on the online stuff as well as the open world, which is great. They are focusing on making the game as good as they possibly can, and that is really, really great to see. I can't tell you how many raids I've done. It's got to be close to 100 by now, and I am still loving every single second of the experience of a raid. And they're so rewarding as well, which is like really weird for a Pokemon game. Like, normally when you do something like a raid or like the Elite Four, you get some cash and that's pretty much it. But in this game, you get like so many XP candies and things like that. Now watch this. It's a 5-star raid, dude. 2 hits, bro, and the thing's dead. I'm gonna go ahead and catch this guy, because why the hell not? Should we use a special ball, seeing as I'm recording this for a video? Let's use a Master Ball bucket. Just to flex! Oh my god, we caught it. We caught clearly. Yeah. We actually got a salty Herba Mystica for that. Lit. See what I mean about the XP candies, though? We're like 3, 4, 5 large XP candies, 1 extra large, a bottle cap, a salty Herba Mystica, and that would probably get a Pokemon from like level 50 to 70. And obviously we can use the salty Herba Mystica to try and find shinies. From 1 raid, dude, they are so rewarding. So as expected, there are some downfalls in the game. Like I said earlier on, we have the trash textures, we have the pop-ins, we have the frame rates, everything that you've already heard about. But I see this as a massive exchange. Okay, so it's not particularly enjoyable, or as enjoyable as it could be, to explore these environments when you're getting really rubbish frame rates. But what we've gotten as an exchange for those frames, for the things that can be fixed as the hardware gets better and as the compression and the optimization gets better with future Pokemon games, I think is so much more worth it. Like if you had told somebody a couple of years ago, back when we were playing Sun and Moon, that we would have this, an open world Pokemon game that has wild Pokemon absolutely everywhere, rather than just wild areas or zones. This entire map is available to explore at your leisure from the moment you step into this game. You have deserts, you have mountainous areas, you have swamps, you have a lot of fucking ocean. Not only do you have a big, vast open world, but you have so many environments and biomes and things to choose from. It's an amazing thing for Pokemon to introduce. So the way I look at things is, obviously I want better frames. Obviously I want all the graphical issues and fidelity to be so much better, but I take this as a massive compromise and a massive fucking win for Pokemon fans. We have an open world, we have an online system that actually kind of works, at least 100 times better than it did in previous games. One thing I have noticed as well is that frame rates are actually worse when the game is docked, and I don't know if that's because of the resolution increase, but things like this will pop in. It's not game breaking, it's ugly to look at, it's nasty, especially like even the TM machine decides to pop in and out. Like, how weird is that? But then you've got so many other great things that Pokemon have introduced in this game, such as the Masuda method, and shiny hunting is so much easier now. Breeding and egg hatching system is so much quicker. I think it takes 2.5 minutes to have an egg and hatch it, which is phenomenal, especially if you're using the Masuda method to shiny hunt. Some things that I really would like introduced though is like a audio prompt at least when you're trying to shiny hunt Pokemon in the wild, because I have missed undoubtedly so many shiny Pokemon. So in conclusion, is Pokemon Violet and Scarlet, are they bad games? No. I find it so hard to call these games bad just because they have some graphical issues, because they have some performance issues, because of how much has been implemented into this world, how much has been given to the fans. It was only a couple of years ago we were complaining that there weren't enough Pokemon in the world, and now look, like this is, if you are an OG player, this is a Pokemon player's dream, and it's only going to get better. I cannot wait. I can't tell you how excited I am for the next Pokemon Presents, so that I can see what this is going to look like in the future. What Gen 10 is going to look like, what the next Legends game is going to look like, if we're going to get Let's Go Johto with similar mechanics to this. Like, there is so much that we take for granted because we do have bigger platforms, but Nintendo has never competed, with the exception of the Wii U, with PlayStation and Xbox. They've always done their own thing with lesser hardware, but they've tried doing something even more amazing with it. Game Freak have made mistakes with optimization and things like that because they were trying to make this game so fucking good. Did they get ahead of themselves a little bit? Yeah. Is this still an amazing thing for Pokemon fans? Absolutely. Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Good to see you. All right, I'm going to wrap up here. Thank you guys so much for watching this somewhat of a review, more of just my experience with the game. And I can't tell you how thrilled I am with this game, how much I've enjoyed playing the story, meeting the characters, exploring the world, shiny hunting, competitive play, battling. There has been so many amazing moments in this game for me. And once again, I'm so excited for the future of Pokemon. I love your faces. You are amazingly beautiful, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.